She thought she had won when she kicked out his pregnant wife, but she had no idea. She was just next in line. People always think betrayal is loud, that it comes with shouting, chaos, and obvious signs. But most of the time, it's quiet. It grows in small moments, in stolen glances, in conversations that seem harmless until they're not. That's how it started with Dave and Vanessa. And that's how it ended, in a way no one could have predicted. Dave was the kind of man people trusted easily. Soft-spoken, responsible, the definition of dependable. He worked as a project manager in a construction firm, earning enough to give his family a comfortable life. Nothing flashy, but stable. And stability was everything to his wife, Amy. Amy was gentle in a way that made people underestimate her. She didn't argue much, didn't demand attention, didn't compete. She simply loved. Fully, quietly, completely. They had been married for 5 years. 5 peaceful years. Or at least that's what Amy believed. When she got pregnant, it felt like the final piece of their happiness had fallen into place. Dave was excited too, at least in the beginning. He attended the first hospital visits, held her hand, smiled when he heard the baby's heartbeat. But somewhere along the way, something shifted. He started coming home late, then later, then sometimes not at all. Work, he said. Deadlines, pressure, new contracts. Amy believed him, because love like hers didn't know how not to. Vanessa entered the picture quietly, too quietly. She worked in the same company as Dave. New hire, smart, sharp, confident. The kind of woman who didn't wait to be noticed. She made sure you saw her. At first, it was just conversations, work-related, then jokes, then shared lunches. Vanessa admired Dave, or at least she made him feel admired. And for a man who was slowly becoming invisible in his own home, that feeling was addictive, because at home, things had changed. Amy was tired. Pregnancy wasn't easy on her. She slept more, complained more, needed more support. And Dave didn't like that. He didn't like how her body changed, didn't like how the attention shifted away from him, didn't like how everything suddenly became about the baby. Vanessa was the opposite, always put together, always smiling, always available. And slowly, Dave drifted. What started as attention became attachment. What started as attachment became an affair. Vanessa knew about Amy. At first, she acted surprised, then sympathetic, then indifferent. Because in her mind, if a man could be taken, he wasn't really someone else's to begin with. Weeks turned into months, and the affair grew bolder. Dave started spending nights away from home. Lying became easier. Distance became normal. Amy noticed. Of course she did. But she chose silence. Not because she didn't see the signs, but because she was afraid of what the truth would do to her, to her baby, to her home. Until the day everything came crashing down. It was a Saturday afternoon. Amy wasn't expecting anyone. When the doorbell rang, she assumed it was a delivery. She opened the door and froze. Vanessa stood there, calm, confident, smiling. "I think we need to talk," she said. That was the moment Amy's world began to collapse. Vanessa didn't shout, didn't insult her, didn't even pretend to be ashamed. She simply walked in, sat down, and told her the truth. "I'm with your husband," she said. Just like that. No hesitation, guilt. Amy's hands trembled. Her voice barely came out. "How long?" Vanessa leaned back. "Long enough." Then she said something that would haunt Amy forever. "He doesn't love you anymore." The words didn't feel real. Nothing did. Amy waited for denial, for explanation, for something that made sense. Instead, Dave walked in and confirmed everything. There was no apology, no attempt to fix things, just cold honesty. "I think it's best if you leave," he said. Amy stared at him, pregnant, broken, confused. "Leave?" she whispered. Vanessa spoke before he could. "Yes, it's better for everyone." Everyone. That word echoed in Amy's mind. Everyone, except her, except the woman carrying his child. That day, Amy packed what she could, slowly, silently. No shouting, no begging, no scene. Just tears that refused to stop. And as she walked out of the house, Vanessa stood in the doorway, watching, not with pity, but with victory.
She thought she had won, and for a while, it seemed like she had. Vanessa moved in almost immediately, took over the space, rearranged everything. New curtains, new furniture, new energy. She erased Amy like she had never existed. Dave adjusted quickly, almost too quickly. Life went on. Parties, vacations, social media smiles. From the outside, they looked perfect, but perfection built on destruction never lasts. It started small, just like before. Dave became distant again. Late nights, missed calls, unexplained absences. Vanessa noticed, and for the first time, she felt something she had never expected to feel: insecurity. She asked questions. He avoided answers. She pushed harder. He pulled away further. The same pattern, the same silence, the same lies. And then one day, she found it. Messages, photos, another woman. Younger, newer. The realization hit harder than anything. She wasn't special. She was just next. Just like Amy had been replaced, now it was her turn. When she confronted Dave, he didn't deny it, didn't apologize, just looked at her with the same cold expression. "I didn't force you into this," he said. The same cruelty, different victim. Vanessa laughed.
Not because it was funny, but because she finally understood. She hadn't won anything. She had only taken someone else's place in a cycle that never ends. But her ending was worse than she imagined, because around the same time, another truth surfaced. Amy had given birth, but the baby didn't survive. Complications, stress, trauma. The loss spread quietly, but when Vanessa heard it, something inside her broke. For the first time, guilt found her. Real guilt, not for taking the man, but for destroying a life. And as if that wasn't enough, Dave's world began collapsing too. The company discovered financial misconduct, funds missing, documents altered. An investigation began, and everything pointed to him. The pressure mounted, the secrets unraveled, until one night, everything ended. Dave lost his job, his reputation, his freedom. And Vanessa lost her sanity trying to hold on to a life that was never hers. In the end, they both got what they built, a life based on betrayal, ending in destruction. And somewhere far away, Amy started again, with nothing but peace. Because sometimes, losing everything is the only way to truly be free. If you enjoyed this story, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, share this video with a friend, and subscribe for more captivating stories.